start with the first one, which is how do, like, what does brand mean in venture capital? I think you could get 10 founders on stage and 5 of them would tell you they would pick the single person that they work with as above all. And the other 5 would tell you that they would pick the brand and the platform. So there's the good news. And that's where, it opens the opportunity for competition. Ideally, you could be both. Then you could just, that's, I think, what, Geoff and I are striving for. But I think, different people prioritize different things.
I would agree with, I would tend to agree with that. The nuance, I think, on the brand with the firms is ultimately, I think the brand in VC is really ultimately just what companies has the individual person at the firm invested in. That's brand. That's what drives brand, is what companies has Kirsten from Forerunner invested in. And then you can ultimately create a halo for your firm from the companies an individual partner at a firm is invested in. And so I'd say that the brands are actually far less entrenched than one might think. And I think there's maybe one exception that proves the rule, which is Sequoia. So there's sort of this one counterexample where they have this machine that's endured for 5 decades, and there may be the exception that proves the rule. And I would say outside of them, it really is sort of what companies is the person invested in? So when we were getting the firm off the ground, we would have folks reach out to me being like, "Oh, you're the guy from South America," because we led, I was on the board of directors of Nubank, which has sort of been the largest venture story in South America over the last 5 years. And folks would know me as like the Latin America fintech guy, even though I'd only done one investment there, and would reach out, even though we didn't really have a brand day one with Bedrock. It took time to build up. So I think it is this personal chemistry thing with entrepreneurs, secondarily, and then primarily it's, well, what companies has the given partner invested in? And then the last thing I'd say is it is a highly networked industry, and that if an individual partner has a negative reputation or gets mixed reviews from founders, that percolates out very quickly into the market amongst entrepreneurs. And so it is just this constant relationship by relationship type dynamic with the entrepreneurs that drive the brand over sort of many decades.